is Chrissy Cooking at Home. I'm Chrissy. This is Nellie. You might remember her from other videos. She's a little clingy at the moment. She might be helping today. She's 3 months old today. 12 weeks. Can you believe it? I've been back in the kitchen for about 5 weeks now. Feels longer that I've been back in the kitchen. I've been doing so much. She has hiccups. But don't be surprised that I'm Chrissy, because she's not cooking yet. She will soon. She has helped me on a few occasions. She screamed her way through a couple of videos. If you've watched, you may have heard her. What can you do? New baby, right? But today, on the 5-year anniversary of my oldest son's passing, I need something to keep me busy besides Miss Nellie, because even at 3 months, she still sleeps a lot. So I need something to do, but I need something I can walk away from too, to tend to her if she needs me. Daddy is home from work today. It's not good for him to work on a day like today. It's best to stay home and we all grieve together as a family, but I like to stay busy too. So, Daddy's outside mowing because it needs done. I'm making a cake for a get-together we're having Sunday at my girlfriend Maggie's house, and Miss Nellie might help. We are making a Russian honey cake, and we are making it, I guess, the hardest way to make it. It's 8 layers. I'm super excited. I've never had one. I've never heard of one. And I'm really excited for this method. I think it'll keep me busy. And I think I should be able to walk away from it if I need to. Just turn it off, the burner. And if the oven timer goes off, if a part of it's in the oven, if one of the layers is in the oven, just, turn off the timer, pull it out, plop it on the stove to cool. Go back tending to what she needs. I should be able to walk away from no problem. And then it stated it needed to sit in the fridge 8 to 24 hours. It's going to sit in the fridge for about 36. So I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm excited. And by the time you see this, it'll probably be August, because I have a lot of videos lined up from a lot of cooking and some canning. One more canning video for you to see. So we'll get started soon. I may have to get out the baby carrier and strap her to me. You can see she's very much trying to make sure mommy's feeling okay. She's very intuitive, like babies are. Yeah. My little sweet pea. So I guess we'll start pulling stuff out and we'll get to it. So this recipe is not mine, of course. It is from All Recipes, and it is Chef John. So check that out. I will do my darndest to put the link to his recipe and his video for this that I am attempting. It's not mine. Just attempting his. Now, I do say in my description on my page that I do try other people's recipes and give my honest opinion. So I am trying his recipe, and I'm excited to taste it, and I'm excited to make it and build it. I'm excited. Are you excited? Get excited! Excited, Nellie? No, you're getting sleepy. You want to stay awake. She wants to stay awake. You see? Little blue-eyed angel. She wants to stay awake. Probably going to rock her to sleep, and then we'll get started. Okay, peoples? BRB. Okay, we're back. Did a little making a lunch, and now we're doing the little preppy work. And I think we're going to have just enough honey for this whole recipe. But I went ahead and measured 3/4 cup for the first part, which is the burnt honey. So I got some water chilling in the fridge to make sure it's nice and cold. Actually, I popped it in the freezer because it's getting kind of warm. So into the pot, 3/4 cup honey. So I'm going to angle you. Okay. I love this kind of measuring device. Get it all in there. All right. I have my printout. Medium heat. Check. Boil until a shade darker and caramel-like in aroma. About 10 minutes. Turn off heat. Whisk in cold water. So we need a whisk. Put that there for that. Okay, that only took about 8 minutes. Three tablespoons of really cold water. Okay. Now we are to put this aside. I don't put that aside just yet. So put that aside. Okay. I didn't whisk it when I stirred it in, so don't need the whisk. Make sure that's nice and well combined, I guess. You're not even seeing what I'm doing no more. All right, but you see my metal bowl. Okay, it's my big, one of my favorite bowls. I use it a lot for a lot of things. All right, so in a large metal bowl, on the lowest heat setting on the stove top, add butter, sugar, 3/4 cup wild honey, 1/4 cup of the burnt honey. Let sit until butter melts, 5 to 7 minutes. Reserve remaining burnt honey for the frosting. Cool beans. So, butter, sugar, 3/4 cup honey. So let's start with the honey. Just pull this down to 3/4 cup. Might finish off the rest of my little jug of honey. I get this on subscription through the Amazons. I'm starting with the honey because I'm really hoping there's plenty in here that I don't have to fight with it to get it all out to get the 3/4 cup that I need. Which I think I might have to. So we'll start with this. As much out to the 3/4 cup as we can. Let it sit upside down. It's gonna be pretty close. I won't have to fight for very long, so I can then get the butter in, which was 14 tablespoons. Oh, I might not have to fight with it at all. I don't know. There we go. 3/4 cup, and there's a little bit of honey left. I'm just going to use the burnt honey spatula. There we go. I gotta wash this. I'm going to use that for the sour cream later. Okay. So, put that over there. Need 1/4 cup of the burnt honey. Okay. What did you people thinking so far? Okay. So obviously, you know, one stick, 8 tablespoons. We need 14 total. So we'll start with 8. Oven's almost preheated, so you're going to hear it beep 6 times. definitely an interesting aroma. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's just a very sharp paring knife. So 6 more tablespoons of butter. Reserve this for toast or something. Okay, now we need 1 cup of granulated sugar. Done with sugar. Not done with this measure. Right, so let's sit until butter melts. 5 to 7 minutes. Reserve remaining burnt honey for frosting. Cool beans, I can do that. Meanwhile, combine baking soda, cinnamon, and salt in a small bowl. I went ahead and did that off camera, so that's what's in here. Now this burner is still hot. Oh, there we go. 375. I have some burnt honey on the counter. Sticky. Here. There's just some wax paper. My giant whisk. I'm going to whisk it. Now, Chef John is a better man than me because he whisked the frosting filling by hand too. We will not be doing that. We will be using a mixer. There's no way my body will let me do that by hand. We are going to do this by hand because we need to. So I have the eggs right here, ready to go. It's still cold. I stuck them back in the fridge after I broke them, so that way they'd be ready to go. So whisk butter mixture and let sit till very warm to the touch. So we're not supposed to touch this until the butter is melted. So my burner's cooling off, which means the bowl's cooling off, which means I'm going to turn it on now to the very lowest setting. I haven't touched it. When the butter's melted, I will whisk. And then I let it sit until it gets very warm. I'm supposed to let this sit 5 to 7 minutes. So now's a good time for fast forward. Okay, and it's melted. So now we whisk butter mixture. Oh, the bowl feels pretty damn hot to me. I think it feels too hot to add eggs. I feel like it's going to scramble the eggs. It feels very hot to the touch to add the eggs. But it also warns if it's too hot, it'll scramble your eggs. And I agree. It's too hot. It'll scramble your eggs. We don't want to scramble the eggs. Sorry, I brought you back a little late. I thought my record button hit, when I hit the record button, was recording, and it didn't. I got it cooled down, and I got the eggs added, and I'm whisking those in. And I did not scramble. Back on low. Low setting. You can see they did not scramble. No scrambled eggs in here. Still warm. And these guys now warm it back up, and then we're going to whisk in. This should only take a few seconds with my super power burner. And then we're going to whisk in the baking soda mixture we did. Know what I'm saying? Honestly, his mixture looks a lot thinner than mine, and I don't know why. Follow his measurements. Okay. That's why I have the wax paper. Okay. Then we're gonna whisk this in, remove from heat. I'm going to move it over to the counter is what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to sift in the flour. I went ahead and got out my mesh strainer to sift it in instead of my great-grandmother's sifter. Running out of counter space here. Don't need that right now, so I'll leave that over there. Put my bottle of water I'm drinking over there. The jars from lunch into the sink. Dishes I need to do for dinner. All over here. Prop up that there. Yep. How's that looking for you? What do you think? Definitely heated it back out. Remove from heat. Removing. Okay. Slide that to you. Come a little closer to me, my dear. Okay. And remember, you stirred this. Okay, back on the heat. It got too soaked. We need it to be a lighter color, foamy. Foamy, lighter. We're going to do the flour, and he says 2 or 3 additions, stirring well after each one. flour. Sorry for blocking you so much there, sweeties. 3 3/4 cups. 3 3/4. 3 3/4. So I'm going to do the 1. I'm going to do the 3/4. And then I'll have 2 cups left, and I'll do each in a separate edition. Half cup of batter. Now, he didn't have an offset spatula. He recommended a offset spatula. He just had a regular spatula. Freehanding it, people. I'm getting more of a square than a circle. Well, let me get my little cutout. See how we're doing size-wise. That's pretty good. All right. Into the oven. So I will bring you back when it comes out. Okay, first one done. Took 5 minutes, just 5. So now I'm supposed to take the Silpat off the tray and onto, I plan on putting it on a cooling rack, let it cool. Mother trucker's hot. Okay, did you see that? No, I did not see that, but do you see it now? Okay, now it's supposed to cool for 6 to 7 minutes. I take it off the Silpat, and then I will fill my island with 6, and behind you on the counter where we make Nellie's bottles, I will put 2 there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably too much parchment, 6 individual pieces cut out here. It might be too big, I don't know, but we'll see. So, and then once that's cool, I put in 7 more to get 8 layers total. And then once they're completely cool, we will make the filling and frosting. So come back and look at this thing. I am very proud of it. Very, very proud of it. It looks a lot like Chef John's. And of course the Silpat cools down really quickly. And then I'm just supposed to flop it onto the parchment. And that's what I'll do. I'll plop it. So then when it's completely cool, I will use my cutout that I made here. He used a paper plate, and I'll use my pizza cutter to go around and get them all the same size. So I'll bring you back when it's time to make the frosting. So see you in about half an hour or so. About an hour or so. And we're back. And it is 2.5 hours later, and I have 8 layers and cake croutons, as Chef John called them. Cake croutons. Have not made frosting yet. Trying to cool down my kitchen. Hottest time of the day, so Yeah, it warmed up in here. All that time with the oven on. Yeah. Oven at 375, making 8 layers plus the cake, the extra batter to make the cake croutons and the trimmings from the layers. Not quite cool. I'm supposed to put them in the Ziploc bag and crush for the decoration, which they're going to crush so easily. I mean, they're just powder now. They've dried out so well. So, let's let them cool. Okay, I just popped this into the fridge for a minute. And now we're going to pop this in our resealable baggie. Maybe that's make it off. Yeah. Oh yeah. I did put my bowl and my whisk in the refrigerator so it got nice and cold. Okay, so we have our burnt honey over here. Pour heavy cream and whisk until soft peaks form. I'm going to use my whisk attachment. Okay. The goal is to not make butter and buttermilk. Okay, people? That's the goal. Lift up. I'm going to go ahead and measure the sour cream. 3/4 cup. Gonna double check that. Yep. All right, so shall we get to filling and frosting? All right, so here we are at my island. We're gonna give this a go. Hold on, I gotta do. Keep the fan going. I think first layer will be this one. Is that about a cup? My offset spatula again. Making sure you can see her go. I'm going to lightly patting off extra, kind of patting it in at the same time. Chef John did not do this. It's just something I'm doing because I feel like it. Okay. What do you think? How does it look? How does it look to you guys? Trying to see on the camera. I've just been so focused on looking at it that I've not looked up to see what you're seeing. So I really hope this tastes as good as it smells. I really hope that my friends who I'm taking it up to on Sunday enjoy it. I hope we enjoy it too. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. I have leftover cake croutons. But, you know, it is what it is. So I didn't need all of them, and that's okay. So I'm going to clean up my mess, get this in the fridge, and hopefully I will get a picture of this to end my video when we cut it open on Sunday. So until then. Okay, so we're at my friend's house and we're going to cut the cake. You ready to cut the cake? Let's cut the cake. You can watch me cut the cake from the side. Ready to cut the cake? Hold your breath. Okay, I might be able to cut the cake. Holy crap, that's a lot of layers. Holy crap, it's moving. That's a lot of cake. That's a big piece. That's okay. We'll feed it to somebody. Or two people can share it. Mm-hmm. Oh, Lord. Okay. Is it gonna come out? It's gonna come out. It's so tall. Ta, 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 ta. Most of them look pretty darn even. Pretty darn even. I see one layer I'm not happy with. Just one. Yeah. You know what? You left half a layer on the bottom. Not half, just some. See? Ta-da. If I had more frosting, I'd glue it on and say, here you go.
Oh, no, this looks good.
I think I left the tip.
God, no.
Oh, I'm glad Sweetheart isn't here to hear that one. So, what do you think? Do you think that looks pretty good? That looks pretty good.
Look at this. You want one try?
4 hours. Do you think it was worth 4 hours? Okay, now that you have seen my video, follow the link. Go watch Chef John. It's much shorter. I promise.